inside the historic botanical garden. The northern 13 acres of the zoo is the area that was planted by Dr. Nehrling in the 1920s. So when you're walking under the shade of these beautiful, almost ancient trees, it's a really pleasing experience that there's a lot of shade here at the Naples Zoo. You can find a sunny spot if it's a cool winter day, but there's a lot of shade here, and our guests do appreciate that when you're trying to take your time and walk around and enjoy. We've got 70-some park benches here along this 8/10 of a mile path, so there's plenty of times for shade, for leisure, to take your time. Most of our guests will spend about 4 to 6 hours with us because we have so many activities during the day. Besides our signature shows, the boat ride, the gator feeding, we also have a number of Meet the Keeper events where you'll get your daily itinerary and it'll tell you, meet the kangaroo keeper at 10:30, meet the lion keeper at 12:30, meet the tiger keeper at 3:30, things like this. So it's an opportunity for our guests to engage an animal professional one-on-one. So there's lots of things to do here without repeating those activities. So we feel that we're a very interactive zoo. We're not a static, just walk through and go home. There's something to do here all day long. Now inside the northern 13 acres, inside the botanical garden, interlaced, we do have additional animal exhibits. Our lion exhibit. Lions, a zoo pretty much has to have lions. They're one of the more popular animals anywhere. If you didn't, I would hate to answer the question, why don't you have lions? To most folks, along with tigers, it is the epitome of the wild beast. But we do a Meet the Keeper daily at the African Lions, where the keepers with the lions and with the tigers, they feed them treats and get some activity going, talk to our guests about the animals. Also enjoying the northern 13 acres of the zoo are the mountain lions, cougar, puma, Florida panther. There's actually about 90-some names for that one American cat. And we currently have 3 in an exhibit we call Panther Glade. In our case, we tell the story of the Florida panther. It's a flagship animal here in our state. It is the state animal, and along with alligators, it's one of the top animals that people ask for. But a Florida panther is going to be not a lot different than the cougar that you might have in Wyoming or California. It's basically the same animal. The animals we have are western cougars. There's very few Florida cougars, panthers, outside the wild. At some point in time, we might get some of these animals. We've been discussing with the Game Commission if there's ever a need that an animal might have to be removed from the wild, or an orphan cub. There's a few zoos that have them, and we'd like to get in with that program. That's one of our goals as well. We also have 3 species of kangaroos, and they live next door to a small endangered macropod known as a Parma wallaby. That's part of a population management plan. Kangaroos is a great exhibit because we allow guests to step up on an elevated deck and look down at gray kangaroos, eastern grays, and the red kangaroo, which is the largest type. And with them are 4 muntjac, which are a small deer from Southeast Asia. In our case, these guys are from China and Taiwan, and they only weigh about 20 pounds. And they're not baby kangaroos. A lot of people think those are the baby kangaroos. Kangaroos actually have a pouch, and their offspring don't look like deer. But we have 5 male kangaroos. No females in there at this time, because what we've been doing is taking animals that are surplus in breeding programs and giving them a home here at the Naples Zoo. And I think that's one of the biggest take-homes for our guests here at the Naples Zoo, is how safely close we allow you to get to the animals. You're not looking 30 feet across the moat or some other barrier. We get you about 6 feet away from most of these predators, and with the glass, you're an inch away in some cases. So I think when you allow that safe closeness, that the guests get a better appreciation for the animal, because I think one of the biggest comments I hear when I make my daily trip around the zoo, I didn't know how big they were or what they look like. So we like people to have that safe closeness here. Because Naples Zoo is located inside a historic botanical garden, and a lot of the plantings date back to the 1920s, daily we have a tropical plant trek, and that happens at noon every day, and a master botanist comes out and leads our guests on a tour of the most notables in the botanical collection. And depending on the interest of the people taking the tour, it might be 20 minutes. We've had folks out here for 2 hours who are as fascinated with our botanical growth as they are with the wild animals here at the Naples Zoo. So it's one more opportunity that makes Naples Zoo a very interactive facility.